And in business news, Nigerian Communications Commission has issued licenses to 25 companies to provide mobile virtual network operator services. This is coming 2 years after the plan to license MVNOs and deepen state of telephony services in the country. Mobile virtual network operators are companies that does not own a mobile spectrum license but sells mobile services under its brand name using the network of a licensed mobile provider. Now, this operator development means that the telecom space would be democratized, paving way for improved services and competitive pricing, especially around voice and data services. And in staying in Nigeria, Joint Tax Board says it will soon begin the implementation of the policy that will address illegal and multiple taxation on interstate roads across the country. The Executive Secretary of the Board, Mrs. Ogbeme Nana Aisha, said this during the sensitization and engagement program in collaboration with Internal Revenue Service in Gombe State. The Executive Secretary of the Board states that the essence of the program is to sensitize stakeholders in tax collection on single interstate road tax stickers and single haulage fee, among others. Mrs. Nana Aisha noted that this will put an end to illegal tax collection and extortion on highways as well as block revenue leakages in the country. Meanwhile, the executive chairman of the Gombe State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Saliu Baba Alkali, applauds the initiative because the State Revenue Service has engaged a joint tax board and will study the initiative to ensure quick implementation for the benefits of the commuters. Nigeria's tax-to-GDP ratio hits 10.86% at the end of 2021, well, that's according to the National Bureau of Statistics, following its joint review with the Ministry of Finance and the Federal Inland Revenue Service using data from 2010 to 2021. Lara Folayo reports.
Is a useful tool for assessing the health of a country's tax system and highlighting its tax potentials relative to the size of the economy. It is the ultimate measure of the effectiveness of a nation's tax system compared with other countries. Nigeria's tax-to-GDP ratio has in the last 12 years hovered between 5 to 6%. The data has now risen to a record high of 10.86% by the end of 2021. The FIRS says sources which previously put the country's tax-to-GDP ratio at between 5 and 6% did not consider tax revenue accruing to other government agencies in their computation.
We've done a lot of reforms which are currently impacting positively on business processes. And you will remember in the year 2021, our revenue collection rose from the usual 5 trillion to about 6.4 trillion. Secondly, the subnationals too, the states and the local government revenue authorities are also playing their own very important part.
This is particularly for revenue collected by agencies other than the FIRS, Customs, and State's Internal Revenue Service. The FIRS feels Nigeria's tax-to-GDP ratio should ordinarily be higher than the 10.86%, but certain economic and fiscal policy factors, including tax waivers and leakages occasioned by the country's fragmented tax system, have been a cog in the wheel.
We continue to work on building infrastructure that will give us the opportunity to be able to have a seamless view or bring every tax intelligence together in a centralized data bank so that we are able to raise revenue.
The new ratio is a fallout of a joint review by the National Bureau of Statistics in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Finance and the FIRS, using data from 2010 to 2021. Lara Folayo, TVC News, Abuja.